Alright, good morning, my friends. I'm driving, so I'm, gonna glance at the camera occasionally, and I have my little eye things on because, trying to look youthful. About to turn 34 tomorrow. It's my birthday eve. I'm just trying to keep it youthful up in here. But I wasn't even sure if I was going to have time to go live today, which is why we're doing it this way. And also, I was just having a conversation. I was listening to some of my morning personal development that I like to listen to. And I was listening to, I'm having a conversation with one of my students. She's just graduated boot camp, but she's having some struggles still. And this is so many people struggle. The current boot campers are struggling with this too. And I tell you what, your business is a business. It is not a nonprofit. Your business is there to make money. People who come to your business are expecting to pay money. I don't care if they get sticker shocked or any of that other garbage, but people do not expect your business to be a nonprofit. So why are we behaving like our businesses are nonprofits? Have you ever one time met a man who was afraid to ask for money? I have not. I have not one time in my life have ever met a man who was afraid to ask for money. Why do we, as moms, as women, as caretakers, we start businesses. We are more than capable. Honestly, we're probably more capable than most men because we can do all the things all the time. Because we cannot be out here crushing it constantly. Juggle everything, right? And yet, when it comes to asking to be paid for the services that we're providing, we feel bad. What is that nonsense? Why are we feeling bad about asking for money? It's for a service. It's for your business. It's for what you are literally doing. What is it, right? And imposter syndrome is one of the big things that we talk about in business boot camp. It's in week 5 or 6. I can't remember. It's 5 or 6. One week we talk about money, which makes people really uncomfortable. The next week we talk about imposter syndrome, which makes people uncomfortable. But then, they turn into Megan's Monsters, and we're not uncomfortable anymore because the reality is, women do experience imposter syndrome 3 times more than men. That's just, they've done studies. They've done legitimate studies to prove that, women do struggle with imposter syndrome more than men. 3 times the amount. Honestly, that even feels kind of low if you ask me, but, whatever. It's kind of the world in which I live. New business owners, right? Or business owners who have been at it for a while but really haven't made money, keep taking course after course after course, being like, what's the secret? What's the secret? Well, first of all, you guys are all afraid to ask for money for your services. If you can get over that, you're going to start crushing it. People can't be mad at you for asking you to pay, for them to pay for what you just provided. That's just crazy. Have you ever been mad at somebody? You go get your nails done, your hair done, you go to physical therapy, you go to a workout class, anything, and they're like, okay, it's this much money. Are you ever mad? How dare you? I was not expecting to have to pay for what you just did for me today. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. You guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, I can teach you all the things in the world. I can teach you every trick in the book. I can teach you all the ways in which I can get people to do all the things. And if you keep being afraid to ask people to pay for the services you provide, I can't really help you past that. Just to be honest, I can't help that. I can't fix that. And as somebody who is a recovering fixer, recovering enabler, and recovering whatever you want to call it, I can't. can't, I won't. You have to truly believe that you are worth the money that you deserve, right? Like, there's no one I know who is like asking for exorbitant amounts of money, except for me. I mean, I'm asking for exorbitant amounts of money at all times. But there's no one that I know in my world, in boot camp, in my coaching, in the Mommy Mastermind, and anything else, who's asking for anything so outrageous for people to pay them. Like, it's just not. And then nobody, on top of that, not a single person I've ever met in my world is like asking for money for their services to then go do evil, horrible things. Like, yo, we're all like, you're just trying to provide for your family and pay your bills and save some money and maybe get out of some debt and have a safe home to live in, have a reliable car to drive, have these resources, right? Like, I had a girlfriend actually text me this morning that her car got clipped in the parking lot last night. She was maybe going to come to my birthday later in the day because she has to work, because she's a legal assistant and they're like in trial right now, and so she wasn't going to be able to come when everybody else is because they're in the middle of a trial. But now her car got hit, so she doesn't have a car, and then her husband's working, so she can't necessarily grab his car because of how his schedule works. And I'm like, man, if we had infinite resources, we could just get her like a loaner car or a rental car and just be like, whatever, it's fine. Go get a rental car. Here's the money. Which, honestly, I just said that out loud. I might look at doing that. So, but regardless, right? It's like, if we weren't all feeling like we can't possibly charge for our services, we can't possibly charge. Honestly, have you ever met a man, right? Men have no problem overpricing their shit. Men have no problem overpricing all the things and doing all the things and being like, yeah, that costs $11,000, and you're like, for what? And they're like, for me. And you're like, for you? And you're like, damn, what about for me? Right? So, you guys, we really have to stop doing this business smartery shit. Like, your business is a business. Your business deserves money. People come expecting to pay you. Unless you have nonprofit written on your door somewhere, people are expecting to have to pay for your services. So why are we still freaking out about asking them for money? And yeah, some people are going to gawk or whatever, or be like, oh my gosh, I was expecting to pay $1 for this. And you're like, really? On what planet? Right? And that's fine. Those people aren't for you, right? I'm a pretty big proponent of, like, we're not here to help, you're not here to take on millions of people in your business. At least most of you in the way you have your businesses set up. Amy, I love you too. I, got all fired up this morning, which I was not planning on going live, but if you've watched the beginning, you'll see why I said this. But I digress. But you know what I mean? It's just like, guys, you deserve to make money. You deserve to help provide for your family. If your husband wants to be a stay-at-home dad and you want to be the one who works, great. If you guys both want to work and you want to take the burden off of your husband and you want to be able to balance everything out, great. If you are a single mom, whose dad will never likely see his child again because he sucks and he doesn't want to, you can make all the money in the world that you want. But until we get over this concept of I'm afraid to ask them for money. I'm afraid to ask them for money. You're just going to stay stuck in your business, and that sucks. And that sucks. It sucks. You guys know how I feel about this. But the other piece is too, obviously you guys all know, I think you're pricing yourselves too low. You're pricing yourselves too low. I mean, I guess if you aren't in any of my courses, or if you haven't listened to me or worked with me before, again, a man will charge you $11,000 or whatever, and then you're just sitting there and you're like, for what? What did I just pay for? right? They have no problem pricing their services at whatever they think they should be pricing their services at. And that's great. And like, we need to embody that a little bit more. We need to embody that a little bit more, because honestly, working with me at any price is a steal. If you invested, $14.97 for business boot camp, if you invested, $1,500, $1,000, $2,500, whatever, $12,000 to work with me, and you did all the things that I told you to do, which I did make you guys take that oath in the beginning of business boot camp. And when you take the oath and you stick to the oath, it works. Ask the people. But, my friends, I can tell you so confidently that I have provided for multiple people like 10 times the return on that investment. And when you 10 to 15 times the investment, depending on if it's like boot camp or individual coaching, like literally 10 to 15 times, 10 to 15x. If you could make 10 to 15 times more than the investment you would make in one of my courses or coaching with me or whatever, and then you didn't let people derail you and you continued to do so, think about what that means for you. Think about how that multiplies. Think about what that could do for your life and for your family. So we need to stop letting one person, one doctor, one weirdo dictate what we do in our businesses. And also quit treating your business like I was going to say mother effing, and I was actually just going to say the word, but sorry, I won't. Quit treating it like a nonprofit. Quit it. Put your hands up right now. Anybody who's watching, say, I swear to you, Megan, I will quit treating my business like a nonprofit. Type it in the damn chat, because stop it. Stop it. I love you so damn much, and that is why I'm here, to yell at you and tell you to stop it. And quit not believing in yourself. Quit letting one thing derail you. I mean, we all do it. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not dramatic sometimes. I'm dramatic, but I'm not gonna let one thing derail me. I'm just not. I refuse. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, because then you lose your mojo and you lose your shine, and then you feel like you lost yourself. It's never fun losing yourself. I feel like I've done that a few times, in pregnancy, in motherhood, in relationships. And I don't want to lose myself anymore. I like myself. I like that when my best friend texted me late Wednesday night, and said, do you want a birthday sash and a crown? And I said, absolutely, always. And she was like, I actually already knew the answer, and it's going to be at your house on Friday before we leave, because it wasn't going to make it to my house in time. My friends know me. They know that obviously I want a birthday crown and sash. Yes, please. And then my other best friend texted me also Wednesday night. Wednesday was a great night, Isabel's 3rd birthday. She was at the Dollar Tree, and the Dollar Tree has adorable fur earmuffs that have little fur animals on them. And it's perfect, because we decided the theme of my birthday on Monday is furs and flannel. Of course the Dollar Tree has these silly earmuffs. Duh. Right? You've got to lean into who you are. People are going to love you or they're not going to love you. And honestly, the people who don't love me are, A, missing out. But B, it's okay. They don't need to love me. They don't need to love me. There's not that, there's enough of me to go around, but really not that much of me to go around, right? I'm only one human. So, my friends, thank you for coming to my morning rant. Quit treating your businesses like nonprofits. Quit pricing yourself too low. Start practicing asking for money in front of the mirror, or to your friends, to your dog, to your husbands, to your children. Your children will laugh at you because they're like, you give me the money. Isabel always says, $5, please. $5. It's always $5. Seriously, you guys deserve so much better. When are you going to start realizing and remembering and knowing that you deserve so much better. All right? Now, if you do own a nonprofit, this does not apply to you. But nobody in here owns a nonprofit. All right? So, I love you. Happy Friday. Message me questions. I'm going to send an email out later today. So if you're not on the email list and you'd like to be on the email list, please message me your email, because I'm going to send an email out today with some details about some things. The Mommy Mastermind, what the schedule is going to look like, the retreat with an update. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Business boot camp's going. I'm debating on when I'm going to open the doors for the next one, so if you want to be on the email list to know when Business Boot Camp opens again, you just holla, let me know, make sure you're on the email list, and then have the most beautiful Friday.